Hey everyone, welcome back. Let's get into the action. Sunday, May 11th, we're going to break down the two NBA games that we have in the playoffs. The Cavaliers and the Pacers is the late one, and then first we do get Oklahoma City and the Denver Nuggets. All right, we're going to recap kind of what the series have done leading up till today's contest. I'll give you guys my best bets. We have a couple props we'll be running, as well as a couple sides that I do like, and I'll talk to you about the leans along the way as well. So let's get right into it. For those of you that are new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and join us. And let's run the board and talk some NBA best bets as we want to get into these two games. All right, to do so, we will use Outlier. For those of you that are new to the industry or you're new to using betting tools, check out my link down below, 7-day free trial. Do not sleep on this one. This is one that I definitely would recommend if you are a person that does play props, fantasy, anything like that, or if you just want to find the best number available. Check out Outlier, link down below. Get started with that 7-day free trial, okay? The first game on the card, the OKC Thunder going against Denver. They're going to be playing at Mile High, and we'll talk about kind of what we've seen in this game. This has been a zigzag series, to say the least, okay? And you can see that right now with the first kind of game that we do get kind of a clean slate. Denver taking a lead on this series. We're going to talk about kind of what we're seeing. I do look for Oklahoma City to bounce back, losing 113 to 104 at Denver. But when they did play at home, 149 to 106 was that previous win, covering a 10-point spread. I look for the Thunder to bounce back again in today's spot. My best bet that I will recommend will be in the form of Oklahoma City on the first half, taking out that, what we've seen some wacky comebacks where teams get up big and then they relinquish those leads. I think OKC wins and kind of runs away with this one, but Oklahoma City first half, what we see -3 right now is the best number available at -115. That will be my best bet in terms of a side or total, okay? And this is something where you look into what Oklahoma City has done in the first half on the season. This is something where they have been pretty much the best in that regard. Okay, so I do think that they do get a very, very stellar performance offensively. And I just don't think Denver's going to be able enough to score to keep up with a -3 spread in the first half. So give me Oklahoma City on the first half -3 as my best bet. Okay, also, I do want to talk about some of the props that we will be running. Okay. And Aaron Wiggins is going to be one that we do approach, okay? I think that the points and assists, you can see kind of his numbers from a minutes perspective going down significantly, okay? Going against Phoenix, Utah, New Orleans, and then even once we started the playoffs here, you can see kind of what I'm talking about. The numbers have dropped off the board since that April 20th matchup against Memphis, where he got 26 minutes and then now is seemingly looking like he's in the teens. That has been trending upwards a little bit, as we've seen 14 and 12 respectively, around that on average, but I still think it's too low. I'm waiting for a little breakout for Aaron Wiggins, so I'm going to go points and assists. All right, we're going to take the over for him at 6.5 at -125. You can see kind of where the numbers shape up at. The one game against Denver at home, he had 5, and that's kind of where you look for the only outlier. But other than that, we've had 9 against that last game against Memphis, 10 and 9 respectively in the last 2 against Denver. I think this one could have very easy cash potential if we get a little foul trouble, we get a little runaway spot. Wiggins gets a little bit more run. So give me the over 6.5 points and assists for Aaron Wiggins at -125 as one of my best bets in the prop world. Okay. Next, we are going to look into kind of what we're seeing with Nikola Jokic. This is one where we're going to talk about little points, rebounds, and assists. Okay. And this is where we're going to go under. Okay. You can look at the numbers. He's only had 2 in his last 10 that he's had kind of Jokic games where he, 42, 22, and 6, 36, 21, and 8. But other than that, guys, he's had only just 1 triple-double. I guess you'd say 3, borderline 4 triple-doubles in the playoffs in his last 10 games. But I think that this is something where even if he does get a triple-double, the points have been down for Jokic. And I think this is something where you have to kind of play this trend. Even if he gets a 20-20 game, does not get a triple-double, we still kind of cash under 50.5. And that's going to be where I'm at. So 50.5 PRA for Jokic. We're going to go under at a -110 price. That will be another best bet for me in this matchup. Okay. Next, let's get into the Cavaliers here. We want to talk about kind of what we have going on with them. 2-1 for the Cavs. They won the must-win game going against the Pacers, and you can see kind of why, right? They're getting healthier. You can see that kind of three-man injury concerns that we've had within DeAndre Hunter, within Evan Mobley, and Darius Garland. Now we do get them all back for another game in Indiana, and I think this is something where they're going to win, and I do love the Cavs here on the spread -5. That will be my first official best bet, -110. The odds maker, or the handle, does agree with me within that, as we see 90% of the money, albeit only 67% of the bets on the Cavaliers. So give me the Cavs here. I think they continue to roll. Donovan Mitchell has been nothing short of impressive. We're going to kind of talk about kind of what he has leading up until to this game. We're going to get into some of his props as well, and we're going to get on the train, right? We've been riding it, and I think it doesn't stop here. Completely on a mission. I think the Mother's Day narrative does help a little bit too, so give me the Cavs -5 to kick this one off. I also do like the Cavs team total. Anytime you get them under 120, I think against the Pacers, the way they play defense, the way the pace goes, the must-win game, they have to tie the series, come back home, kind of flip the script. Then it turns into a best of 3, where the Cavaliers would regain home field advantage. So that's kind of where I'm at. So give me the Cavaliers here -5, and I also do like their team total and the full game total 230.5 going over. And you saw even like last game, right? The total was at 229 or 228.5, got bet up to 231, and the total fell at right at 230. That's why we see the number where it's at currently. So it's right there. It's right where it needs to be. But I still think it does lend towards the over if we don't get Indiana sleepwalking a little bit. And I think that the spread in this game does kind of indicate that we will have a little bit more of a back and forth. So I do like a lot of those in terms of leans, but my best bet on side or total will be Cavaliers -5. Okay, but let's get into the prop market. This is the one that everybody kind of looks at, and I don't always lend towards the conversation of taking the heroes, taking the big time players in terms of their props, but I do want to get into the Donovan Mitchell conversation because I'm going to go out on a limb here. Okay. I'm not really, I'm a Cavaliers fan. I'm not a homer, but I will tell you one thing. And I kind of had this conversation with somebody. I think Donovan Mitchell may be the best player in the NBA. And I know that's something where, a lot of people say, oh, well, you can't ignore Jokic, SGA. And then we get into, Tatum and LeBron and all this conversation. But just simply put, guys, I really don't think there's a better player in the NBA than Donovan Mitchell. Just completely dynamic in terms of what he can do on both ends of the floor, and as well as the motor. It's just something that I've seen from a durability standpoint as well. Getting to the rack, making free throws when it matters. Also kind of has that, Steph ability just to pull from anywhere. I just really, quite frankly, don't think that right now in today's NBA that there is a better player in the playoffs right now than Donovan Mitchell. And that's kind of just maybe my, sports take of the day, but it's just kind of how I feel about it, right? And, you kind of get that LeBron vibe, just how he can completely take over a game. And we've seen that in the last 3, right? 33, 48, and 43 points respectively. I've even kind of dabbled into some alternate Donovan Mitchell propositions here, and you can see kind of these alt lines here if we want to go down the board. If you wanted to take Donovan Mitchell at plus money, right? Plus 450 to drop 40 tonight. That is a bet that I would highly consider. Okay, if you're looking for some value, take Donovan Mitchell to drop 40 at plus 450. That's a bet that I think I may end up putting a little pizza money on. It's just too good of odds to pass up. It's probably going to be something I'm going to play. I think prime time, Mother's Day, need a win game. He's going to be getting to the rack. I think it's going to be something where you see a very efficient performance from him. I looked into a little bit of points assists, points rebounds, but we're not going to complicate matters. I think that it's just too low of a number, and you can't really put it any higher, so we're going to take advantage of it. Donovan Mitchell, over 29.5 points at -130. That will be my best bet for Donovan there and taking Spider in the prop market, okay? And then the last bet I do like for the Cavaliers in terms of props, I think we get a little bounce back from DeAndre Hunter coming off of injury. I like his points, okay? The 80% of the last 10 games, he's went over the point total. It's set really, really low here, okay? So as we get healthier, as we get more clarity within kind of his injury concerns. I'm going to be taking the 9.5 at -138. Okay. And that's going to be, I know, a little bit more juice, but give me DeAndre Hunter to score 10 as a best bet. And that's going to be where I'm at in this contest. You've seen these without the Indiana game where he only had 8. The last 4 before that, and even 80% of that, he's sailed over 10 points. So give me DeAndre Hunter to get over 9.5 points and cash that ticket. I think that's one of my best bets that I will deploy as well to go alongside Donovan Mitchell and a couple props with the earlier matchup with Denver and OKC. So that'll be it. Those are the bets I like. I also did favor Sam Merrill a little bit as well. Points and assists. But also, if you just want to take the over 5.5, just need him to hit 2 threes. He only had 1 last game, but if you do like the Sam Merrill narrative, we've cashed on that before as well. So I would kind of lean in that territory if we were going to talk Sam Merrill over 5.5. Okay. Also, Halliburton over his PRA. I think that's a very strong bet as well, but it's just outside of what I'm going to be laying here in this 8 o'clock tip-off. Okay. So appreciate you guys. Enjoy it. Let's cash some tickets. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and join us here at TBM Sports. Good luck with your picks. Just a little quick recap for you all. We're going to go Aaron Wiggins, excuse me, Aaron Wiggins over points and assists at 6.5. Jokic under the PRA at 50.5. DeAndre Hunter over 9.5 points. Donovan Mitchell over 29.5 points. Cleveland -5 on the spread, -110. And OKC first half, we're going to lay that 3 points at -115 price. Okay, so that'll be it. Those are the plays for today in the NBA. Appreciate you guys. Good luck with your picks, and we'll see you guys all tomorrow in the next video. Cheers.